Welcome back to our weekly market wrap-up. Equity indices declined sharply this week as geopolitical tensions escalated, ranging from US-China trade talks and the ongoing US-Iran conflict to Israeli strikes on Iran. Investors turned risk-averse, leading to a broad-based sell-off across sectors. So, stay tuned, and by the end of this video, we'll unpack the key drivers behind these losses and what lies ahead. This week, the Sensex fell 1.3% to close at 81,118.6, while the Nifty slipped 1.1% to 24,718.6. The mid-cap index dropped 0.9%, and the small-cap index dipped 0.1%. These declines reflect investor concerns over rising geopolitical risks and global uncertainty. Let's take a look at this week's key economic updates. India's CPI inflation eased to 2.8% in May 2025, the lowest level since February 2019, down from 3.2% in April. Food inflation also fell sharply to 1.0%, marking its lowest level since October 2021. These figures provide some relief on the macro front, signaling a stable pricing environment for now. Globally, in the UK, the jobless rate climbed to 4.6% in May, the highest since July 2021, while exports to the US fell by £2 billion, the sharpest drop since 1997. China saw its CPI fall 0.1% YoY, and the PPI declined 3.3%, reflecting deflationary pressures. Japan's Q1 GDP shrank 0.2% better than earlier estimates, but still a significant drop from Q4's 2.4% growth. In the US, CPI rose 2.4% YoY, while monthly inflation eased to 0.1%. PPI rebounded slightly by 0.1%, indicating persistent pricing pressures. Among this week's top gainers, Tech Mahindra rose 5.5%, supported by optimism over a potential revival in the US economy. ONGC gained 4.7% as Brent crude prices surged amid the Israel-Iran conflict. Wipro advanced 4.6%, also benefiting from positive cues related to the US outlook. On the downside, the top losers were Eternal dropped 4.8% due to concerns over potential MSCI exclusion or weight reduction, which hurt foreign investor interest. Adani Ports declined 4.5% amid geopolitical risks, as Iran-backed rebels threatened Adani's Haifa port in Israel. Titan slipped 3.8% due to weak Q2 results, growth concerns, and rich valuations. SEBI has approved NSE to introduce monthly electricity futures, a significant step in energy market development. Meanwhile, HDB Financial Services is expected to launch a 12,500 crore IPO by mid-July. Other high-interest unlisted companies include MSCI, NSE, Apollo Green Energy, Farm-Easy, CSK, NSDL, and Tata Capital. Other high-interest unlisted companies include MSCI, NSE, Apollo Green Energy, Farm-Easy, CSK, NSDL, and Tata Capital. That wraps up this week's market highlights. Here's what to watch in the week ahead. Next week, Indian markets may continue to remain under pressure as tensions between Israel and Iran push Brent crude to $78, raising fears of a broader regional conflict and dampening investor sentiment. Key events to track: India's Wholesale Price Index, WPI inflation data for May, will be released on the 16th of June, while the Reserve Bank of India's policy meeting minutes and infrastructure output data are scheduled for release on the 20th of June. China will release its industrial production and retail sales data on the 16th of June. Japan is expected to announce its interest rate decision on the 17th of June, trade balance data on the 18th of June, and inflation data on the 20th of June. In the United States, retail sales data will be released on the 17th of June, followed by housing data and the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision on the 18th of June. Fed Chair Jerome Powell will hold a press conference on the 19th of June. That's all for today. Stay connected with Tikona Capital for more insights and wealth-building opportunities from the themes of the decade. Explore more on tikonacapital.smallcase.com to know more. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you next week.